And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Tina?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
So we had to actually turn the AC on today. It was the high. It was like
Well,
84 down here,
oh my
83,
God.
84, something like that. It was
I
getting
had the
pretty
windows
sticky.
open. That's as far as I got.
Well, it's at night. It gets too sticky to for sleeping. So, and then having the cat that I don't want to go outside, the other two that are already outside, and that I don't want to come inside. Plus, there's a raccoon that has taken up residence underneath our house.
Oh no.
And I'm pretty sure it's a female because, hi, Robin. Um, it runs my cats out front. It runs them off of the food bowl and it sits there and eats all their food. And
Okay.
then Hunter did see a baby raccoon.
Oh no.
So, there's it sounds like there's World War III brewing underneath my house.
You've got a family.
Yeah. And they need eviction notices. So, hi, Supernatural Lost Adventures. So, we just thought we'd
That
come in
sounds
tonight
fun.
and kind of hang out for a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about Saturday. Well, Friday night, we're
Hmm.
going to a haunted bed and breakfast,
Hmm.
and we're spending the night there. And that's
Awesome.
not far from our house. So we're going to spend the night there, and we get to pick our rooms. We got the whole place to ourselves. So we get to pick the rooms that we want to sleep in. And then I have to be over at Winchester by 9, to probably a little before that, to get set up for the Parafair that Weird Weekends has put on. And I finally get to meet Exie.
Oh
Um,
yes.
I've never met her.
I've met her
So I'll
once and she's lovely.
did you? I've never met her. Holly and Dallas are coming in. Holly Mullins and Dallas Adams, they're coming in. I think they're going to be doing gallery readings, maybe.
Yes.
And I'm really interested in see if Holly will do a past life regression on me.
Okay.
I'm really interested in having that done. So I've wanted to have it done for a while. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Um, Adam, and Adam, if you listen to this, and I'm sorry that I mispronounced your name, Wislick, the Black Swamp medium, is going to be
Yes.
there. And he is amazing. I really like Adam. Um, Abnormal Paranormal is going to be there.
Oh
That's good.
yay.
Yes, yes, I'm excited. So that whole thing's going on. There's going to be readings, and I'm going to be there doing healings. Um, I've got my chair; it's already over there. I'm taking the table and the healing mat.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about doing that. So I'll be there doing that. Um, hey, Ashley. How Roxanne? Hi, Jenny. Robin says cat food and live traps.
There you go.
But if I live, and this sounds bad on my part. If I live trap it, where do I take it to? I mean, I don't want it to come back. I don't want to just live trap it, smack it on the little hand and say, go on now, because it'll turn around and come right back after it flips me off, probably. So I don't know what to do. I don't know I don't know what to do with it. I've got
have
plenty of
Jay
cat food around here.
have Jay take it for a ride.
Well, that's true. Relocate a
Relocate a
couple
couple miles
miles.
away. See?
Okay. I've shot at it with the BB gun. It won't hurt it.
No.
I was just trying to scare it away. Of course, it runs off, but then it comes back as like, "Pfft, you didn't hurt me." Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not worried. So we'll see. I just, I'm sitting here when I'm working during the day, and you hear all this underneath the house, and it sounds the floor actually jolts where it's
Oh my
underneath
gosh.
there. Yeah, it's like it's trying to come through, and then the dog and the cat when they're in the room with me, because when I'm working, they're both in the room with me in the office, and they just start and they look at the ground like, "What's going on?" So as long as they don't start digging down and it doesn't dig up, I think we're okay. Hi, Jason. And Haley's in the house. Haley, you have impressed me. I've been watching you, and she is actually working on a vehicle. I'm lucky to put wiper fluid in a vehicle.
Yeah.
I've got my husband and a son. I have my dad. When Jay and I got married, I became Jay's problem. So he does all of that. I am highly impressed, Haley. How is my friend Jason doing tonight? Oh, she's actually put it. They're timing the truck now, and there's Tessa. So you
Lots
have
of friends in
something
the
going
chat
on.
tonight. This is nice.
Yeah, yeah. You have something going on this weekend, don't you?
I do. We have a public paranormal investigation at the Park House Museum in Amherstburg. So my team, PO3, does events there probably about 3 or 4 times a year. And all of the proceeds from the ticket sales go to the Park House. Like we're nonprofit, so anything we raise goes straight towards the museum.
And it's for like
So
upkeep and all that.
yeah, and programs they do a lot, and they do a lot of educational programs as well. So
Okay.
really cool. They go over very well. Like I think this one sold out in 4 hours. And
I was going to
it
ask, if you only do like 3 or 4 a year, do you think you could do maybe one a month and sell them?
Yeah, I talked to the curator about that, and she wants to just stick with the few that we do a year. Like this month we're doing it because it's Friday the 13th,
Mm-hmm.
kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Um, and then we're doing one for the Uncommon Festival
Yeah.
in the fall in September. And the Uncommon Festival is kind of it's cool. They do a lot of like buskers, and there's cosplay, so it centers around steampunk and wizardry, and they've got scavenger
Nice.
hunts throughout the town, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of fun. The Uncommon Festival is a lot of fun. So this year for that festival, we're doing it's a dinner and paranormal investigation at the museum.
Oh,
Yeah, they're only selling 12 tickets. So you'll have
nice.
dinner at the museum, and then I miss hearing the aboot.
Boot.
Very funny. So
You know,
yeah,
I missed you
they're
so
gonna
much. I
have
told you I started watching Canadian shows on TV just so I could hear the accent.
the accent. That's funny. So yeah, they're gonna have dinner at the museum and tell ghost stories during dinner, and then everybody gets to stay for an investigation after. So
That's different. That's really cool.
yeah, it's really cool. I love doing it. The curator's awesome. She lets us in to investigate a few times a year as well as kind of our I don't want to say payment, but I mean as an appreciation for
As a
what we
thank
do. She
you.
lets us investigate a couple times a year, which is awesome. It's
Nice.
always active. The last time I went in a few weeks ago with my nieces.
Hmm.
My one niece is 14, my other is 18, and they are just starting to be interested in paranormal investigating.
Do either of them have any ability?
Um, Not that I can feel.
Okay. I
Um,
was just curious.
yeah, it's not. They just enjoy it. They enjoy the investigating part of it.
Nothing wrong with
Um,
that.
nope. You know what? Out of all the kids, The only ones that I feel have abilities out of all the kids on my dad's side of the family, um, is my oldest son
Mm-hmm.
is psychic and could be excellent at it, but he chooses not to use his abilities, which is great. That's good for
Oh, it's
him.
his choice. Yeah.
And my youngest son is a
Hi,
very
Megan.
strong empath.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, it's scary how strong he is. Like it's really hard. I have to block him a lot.
I was gonna say his is almost debilitating.
It
He
can
picks
be.
up so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he gets pardon me, he gets hysterical. I get the hiccups.
Mm.
But
So, have you
yeah,
thought
and then we're
about
coming to the 101 to hang out with you.
whoop whoop whoop? I can't wait to see you.
Look at this. My son's more like a sidekick than a
Yes.
psychic. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Hi, Jeff Kunkel, Michelle Landreth. How are you guys? Thanks for tuning in and listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to put up with Jay and Hunter both, and God help me. It's no wonder I'm not completely sane. I just kind of roll with the punches anymore. It's just like whatever, it's okay. It'll be all right.
Well,
So,
it makes
now,
life
are you guys?
interesting, that's for sure.
That's for definitely sure. Um, do are you guys going to? You're coming in with Margie, right? Saturday.
Margie and I are coming, yeah,
Okay. Are you guys going to investigate for a little bit Saturday night?
for a little while. I think we're gonna leave
Okay.
around 9 or 10 because we have to, I have 4 readings scheduled for Sunday,
Okay.
so I have to be home. I
Busy,
have
busy,
to
busy lady.
yes, very busy this weekend. So,
I wish you could come in too, Haley.
I might be bringing, Jacqueline with me as well.
Oh, that I haven't seen Jacqueline in a long time either.
Yeah, so I'm interested because she's never been to the 101,
Yeah.
and I was showing her a video a couple of years ago of people investigating 101. I can't remember if it was one of our live videos or who it was, but she looked at me 5 minutes in and she said, "Where was the fire?"
Oh, really?
And I went, "I didn't tell you there was a fire there." And how did? And she goes, "I don't know." It's the first time she's read anything through a video. So I'm interested to
Wow.
get her into the building and let her read a little bit. It's been a while
Yeah.
since she's done that. So
Oh, that'll be exciting.
yeah, get her back on track with her abilities there. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I think the last time I saw her, I'm trying to think, was when we all went to dinner at that Italian restaurant.
Oh, didn't
Yeah,
we
I'm
walk
pretty
the
sure that
grounds
was
at
it.
Eloise that day as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a big day that day. There was that
Yeah.
car show, then we walked to Eloise and then had dinner together. It was a
Yeah.
great day.
It
I
was a
enjoyed
great day.
seeing my coming up there because that's kinda like it's about 3 hours away from us, but it was
Yeah.
closer to you. But we had never been there. So we thought, "Why not? Let's just go."
Yes, that would be awesome, Jay. Let's do some lives while we're walking around the building. That sounds great.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to do them, like, during the day, almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? Advertisement.
Yes. I'm all
So
about
he
it.
wants to do
Love
that.
it.
He wants to do that. You are going to be blown away by the changes that she has made since you've been there.
I can't wait. It's been
Um,
almost 3 years since I've been to 101.
yeah, the changes are insane. You've never seen the doll room, Misfit
Mhm.
Manor. Um,
She
then
was just
she's made
starting to, put it together the last time I was there.
yeah, she's made changes in on the main floor. The
Mhm.
cafe's still the same, um, but there's been changes in the room next to it. which
Okay.
I'm not saying anything because I think she might want that as a surprise for people. We were there
Okay.
last Saturday, so we were helping her with some stuff. Um, but it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. She's worked really, really hard on it.
I can't wait to see it. She's such a hard worker.
When she gets in her mind that she's going to do something, she's going to do it.
Hmm.
And don't tell her she can't do it because she's not. She's just so she's so strong.
Yes.
You know, and during this whole time, she's actually even building her own house.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, yeah. She had the property, and the house that she's living in now is on there, but she's building a house further back, and she's doing it. I mean, she's had to have like the electrician come in and things of that nature, but she's doing so much on her own. I just can't. I really look up to her.
Yes.
And it was
Yes.
funny. She said, "N- Now, let's see, this weekend, next weekend, we're going with Weird Weekends, and we're doing a jail someplace in Illinois."
Okay.
And the guy, Donnie, messages me and he says, "The guy's really excited that you're coming in and he wants to video you doing the walkthrough." I was like, "Oh, okay." He says, "No, no, no pressure." Um, and then when I was telling Ro, or when Donnie was telling Ro about it, and Ro was laughing at to me on Saturday, she says, "Yeah, Donnie said that he was bringing psychic with him." And I said, "Well, who's coming?" And she says, he goes, "Teresa." And she's like, because she has been with me for, we've known each other for years.
Hmm.
And since we started in paranormal, just about. I met her on an investigation that she came to there at the school that we used to help with. And when she's just helped me so much, she says, "I forget that she does that." She goes, "I know that she's a good healer." She said she's amazing at healer, but she says, "I think of Teresa the healer, not Teresa the psychic."
The psychic.
Yeah, it's funny. But I'm real excited because I finally got business cards.
Yes, I was very
That was
proud of you for that.
that's a big step for me. I'm
Hmm.
stepping right out. And so, and um, Rick Hayes put something out yesterday, and I actually sent him a thank you because I said it just hit home because it was what you told me, and it's something that I had to get through my head. Nobody's 100% accurate,
Hmm.
because my thing was, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? I hate to do something wrong. And I think part of that also comes from like my job when I work during the day, because I cannot make mistakes. I'm inputting testing for people, and I can't make a mistake with it because I've got
Hmm.
people's lives in my hands. So to think that I can make a mistake just drives me absolutely insane because I can't make mistakes.
Hmm.
So I've had to like differentiate between between work and doing anything else with paranormal, with psychic readings or anything. And that's hard for me to do. So, but I'm coming along. I'm a work in progress, but I'm doing
Apparently, I
well.
have someone at my door.
Come in.
I,
So I went to the kitchen. Church opened up
I'm
the
sorry.
church
Oh, you're
opened
fine.
the cupboard, knocked over the food thing, and they were having a buffet when I came in there.
Did you hear the story? Okay, I'm on the radio right now. That's okay. Let them go back to their buffet.
Hi, Martin.
Hi.
Did you hear the story? This is my life.
That's funny. Well, I
Tuesday
guess it
nights,
was
I'm in my bedroom and I'm on the phone, and it's important because he sees me on my phone and he thinks I'm video chatting someone he doesn't realize. Oh my God.
that's funny. They're having a
So
buffet.
the cats knocked over the plastic container that I keep their food in. They pulled it out of the cupboard and knocked it over, and we're having a buffet apparently.
Hmm. Well,
What a
they
kid.
were extra hungry today.
Oh my God.
It's
Oh my
just
God.
I keep dry food in my cat's bowl and my dog's bowl all the time.
Oh
And
really?
then I feed them wet food once a day.
I feed
And
mine twice a day, once in the morning and once at dinner time. And I think I forgot to feed them at dinner time, hence the
that's
buffet.
and they help themselves
That's right. Who doesn't
because
like
then
a
Joy
good
says he
buffet?
doesn't
How
like a
right
good
you are,
buffet.
Joy.
Do you know even before COVID did its thing, Jay hated to go to buffets.
I can see that.
Yeah, because he the germaphobe that he is.
Yep.
He just and when the kids were little, when Hunter and our niece were little, they were only 2 years apart. So, it's hard to get everybody to want the same thing to eat.
Hmm.
So, where do you guys want to eat? We want to go to Golden Corral, which I don't know if you have
Oh.
Golden Corrals. It's
No,
a
but we go quite often when I go to Florida.
okay, you know what there are then.
So
And
yes.
Hunter, one could get chicken, one could get steak, one could get shrimp. It doesn't matter. One could get salad. It doesn't matter.
Perfect.
A
Hmm.
little bit of something, whatever you want. One time Hunter was there with us and Jay was up getting his plate and I was at the table with him and he was throwing the biggest fit, like ugly crying, sobbing. And people were turning and looking at us like I was beating him. And I was, Hunter, shut up. Daddy's on his way back. He wanted broccoli. That was what he kept crying for. I want my broccoli. He wanted broccoli and cheese sauce.
Oh.
And that was what he was throwing a fit for, is that he wanted broccoli because Jay brought the plate back and it didn't have broccoli on it, and there was a meltdown ensued.
How dare you not give him his vegetables?
Right? He won't eat it now, but back then he liked it.
Oh my God, that's
Go
funny.
figure. Go figure. Who
The
knows?
funny things. I was just talking because Mother's Day last weekend, right? On
Mhm.
Sunday, and my oldest boys came for a visit and surprised me because they were both supposed to be working, and then they just walked in the door and surprised me with flowers and everything. It was really nice.
Aw.
And we got talking about stories from when they were little. And my oldest son, Hunter, he was kind of a germaphobe. He didn't like to be dirty. He would get very upset. And if his hands were sticky, he would actually do this at you
And
and
fix it.
go, yeah, like, like he wouldn't say anything. He would just cry and
Aw.
and show you that his hands were sticky.
Aw. I
So I
used to
reminded
babysit.
him of that over the weekend, and he's like, "The dumb things you remember." And I'm like, "No, that was cute." I said, "You
Yeah.
hated being dirty."
Yeah. When I was younger, I babysat a little boy, and he hated, like you said, to be dirty. If he fell down on the grass and he would come up to you and he'd be like, have his hands out, like do
Mhm.
something, fix it. You had to take a paper towel with you at all times. It didn't have to be wet, but that way you could wipe his hands off and he was fine. Well, years later, I like to remind him of that as he was the quarterback for the high school football team. Oh, and they lived down the road from us, so I took great pride in letting some others know about that on his
That's
birthday.
funny.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that. Hunter would try to find, how like when little kids they're learning to talk, and they get frustrated because they're trying to tell you something, happy, 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 and they repeat it. And you're like, what? And they repeat it again. Well, Hunter would be trying to tell you something, and you'd say, I don't understand. He would literally he would stop and he'd go, and he would like try to think of a different way to tell you what he wanted. If he wanted a Jello pudding cup, this is before my mother-in-law made him his own drawer in the kitchen that had the pudding cups in there with little spoons that he could get himself. Thank you much. Well, that was breakfast if he was at her house. Because she's, it's grandchild. She's not going to tell him no.
That's
What
right.
do you want for breakfast? Chocolate pudding. And Bree was the same way. What do you want? Chocolate pudding. They're a mess. But he would try to think of a different way to tell you what he was trying to get across. It was weird. He was a weird child. So, in light of a conversation that we've had recently, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think there is any do you think there's any such thing as a professional paranormal investigator?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. I
Absolutely
don't
not.
either. I think there are some that are more seasoned than others.
There's some that are more seasoned than others. I think we can all learn from each other. I don't think one person's any better than the other.
Right.
I think that we all have different techniques. We all have different stories. And I think that we can learn from each other, especially if we're investigating the same location.
Right.
Like,
Hi,
for
Adam.
example, 101. I've got stories from 101. You have stories from 101. Margie actually investigated 101, just her and Rob and two of their friends, the four of them.
Mhm.
And Rob was telling me stories of his experiences at 101 and
Yeah.
his techniques that are completely different from what I do. It's awesome. So I think if you're talking to, and here's my thought process on that. If I know a team is going into, for example, Park House, I would tell them my experiences there, hot spots there, techniques that we've used there, evidence that we've caught there, just as a interest point. So,
Okay.
these are all the hot spots and stuff that I've encountered there. If you want to do your own experience or experiments, this is a good, these are good spots where we've had a lot of activity.
Yeah. I know
And that's
when
it. I'm not saying that I'm any better than anyone else. I'm just saying, like, especially with Park House, I've been investigating there for 10 years.
right.
Like, we've had a lot of experiences in there over the years.
Mhm.
So, to me, I'm not better than anyone else. But if you want to investigate there, I would be a good person to talk to because I've been there so often.
Right.
Does that make sense? That doesn't sound
Yeah.
arrogant, does it?
No, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all. And I think that like you said, you can learn something from everybody. The It doesn't matter. We were on another radio show last week, Jay and I were, and I was telling them I like working with others because from everybody that you meet, everybody that you come in contact with, you learn something from them. And you've heard me say this time and time again.
Mhm.
It may be something that you like. It may be something that you want to a technique that they have that you want to do to incorporate into what you do. And it may be something that you're like, "Oh, hell no, I will never do that."
That's right.
But you learned that from them.
And whether
you
you're a
learn
first
something
time
from everybody.
investigator or a 20-year investigator, I learn something from people every time I go out.
Absolutely.
What would the
What would the
definition of a
definition?
professional investigator be? I don't know.
I think that, and Jay mentioned something about this. If you compare it to sports, then anybody that gets paid to investigate, because if you get paid to do a sport, you're a professional. If you get paid to investigate, I guess that would consider you a professional, but I don't think there are any professional investigators.
I agree.
Um, because number one, you can't prove what we're all looking for. Every time that somebody comes up with a piece of evidence, I can turn around here and I can see somebody standing right here, and I can take a picture and I can catch it on video. I can catch that picture and I can post it. And somebody out there, probably more than one person, is going to tell me that my photo was doctored. It was photoshopped.
Mhm.
It's not real. You didn't catch that there. You're lying, whatever. Everything that you capture will be and can be disputed by somebody else. The only thing that they should not be able to dispute is your personal experience, because they were not there. They don't know what you experienced on you with your physical body, what you physically saw. Sarah says there's no way to be professional in something no one is an expert in, because it's always something new and different. I like that, Sarah.
Yeah, me too. Very much so. So
You can be experienced and have tactics, great tactics, but it doesn't make you a professional.
I agree.
That's very true.
hmm
I've told people before, when they'll be like, well, so and so, we're thinking about having somebody come out and investigate our house, and if it's not something that, like, maybe it's somebody that's far away that Jay and I wouldn't do, as long as they don't. I cannot imagine, me personally, I cannot imagine charging somebody to investigate their home.
Do you know I catch a lot of flack from that, from certain psychics for that? I have
Oh, I
two
bet you
in
do.
particular, two psychics in the area that have both, on occasion, said to me that they think it's ridiculous that I will expend my energy to go into someone's house and do a walkthrough or do a cleanse and not charge them. And to me, and we never charge for investigating either.
Right.
To me, if I'm going into someone's house to help them feel comfortable in
Hi,
their
Jeff.
own house, it's not. I can't, in good conscience, charge someone money.
Right. If
I just want to
somebody
help.
is scared, to me, that's taking advantage of them.
That's right. Just go in and alleviate their fear, because by
Right.
you going in and doing that service for somebody, it'll come back to you. Like, no good deed goes unpunished.
Right.
There's going to be somebody out there that's going to say something.
Right. And I mean, we've done several private investigations, and I like I said, I cannot imagine ever, ever charging somebody for them.
That's right.
That's just, to me, that person called you, contacted you through a friend, through the grapevine, however they got a hold of you, because they're scared. They've got stuff going on
Mhm.
in their home. They can't sleep. Their kids are talking to the wall. Their animals are acting weird. They're scared. And now
Mhm.
you're going to say, "Oh, yeah, sure, I can come out and I can help you with that, but it's going to cost you."
Yeah. Like, I just don't feel right about it.
I disagree with that so much. I tell people, if somebody wants to charge you, say no thank you, turn around and walk the other way.
Yeah. There'll be
That's what I
another
tell
team out there
people
that'll
before.
help and not charge you.
Yes. You can put it out on Facebook, on social media, and somebody will help you. Investigations should never, ever be charged.
That's right.
Thank you, Adam. Sarah
Thank
says
you.
she's never
It's
charged
nice to
either.
hear. Yeah, it's nice, and it's nice to hear people agree with us on that. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I just can't I just can't imagine you've got kids that aren't sleeping in their own beds or crying because they're scared to go to sleep in their room. And you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll help you, but it's gonna cost you.
Now, I will say, I've gone and done walkthroughs on people's houses. Well, one person in particular, I did a walkthrough on her house, and I turned around and told her I couldn't help her. And that was the only time that I've ever said to someone, I can't help you. And it was because they were conjuring and bringing things into the house.
Well, at that point, nobody could help them.
Not
Not
until they
unless,
want to stop,
right, once they want to stop.
right?
You
This
open up that
person,
door, you can't be picky on what walks through.
no. And this lady said she felt like it was, I questioned her mental stability as well, but
Mhm.
she just she was telling me stories and telling me of, being taken advantage of while she was showering by spirit,
Oh,
and being
wow.
taken advantage of while she was sleeping by spirit. And I was like, that's pretty aggressive and way beyond what I can handle by
Right.
myself. Um, and then as we got talking, and the house didn't feel right at all. Like, I was kind of I never should have went and did a walkthrough by myself at this house, but whatever, I did it, and it was a learning experience.
Well,
Um,
hindsight 2020.
right. And then I said to them, do you do Ouija board sessions? Do you do this? Do you do that? No, but we found this book in my daughter's bedroom, and they brought the book down, and it was like a book of shadows type of thing, right? And I
My
said,
number one question would be like, why was it in your daughter's bedroom?
yeah. I said, well, until your daughter stops doing what she's doing, you're going to continue to have this stuff in your house, and no amount of sage is going to clear it.
Right.
Don't worry. Like, you need more
Wow.
help than what I can give you.
Now,
So,
we went to an investigation and there I couldn't tell that anything was there. They had an older teenage daughter, 18, 19, in that
mhm,
area, that they had done the whole basement up like an apartment for her. She had her own kitchen, her I mean,
mhm.
wash everything. It was an apartment. And they said that she kept seeing things in the basement. They were worried about her. We went there and we noticed that there was a rather large, like couple foot tall bong.
Oh,
Oh, she just uses that as decoration. No, there is
mhm.
tobacco in it, and it still smells like weed. That might be why she's seeing stuff. Then we were kind of looking around, and she was a very talented artist. But you could tell when she would draw things while she was under the influence, because it was like a big, she would draw, and these were in her closet on the wall. She drew a big, huge mushroom
Oh,
smoking. And it was just, there was nothing there except for what her daughter was
that's
seeing when
funny.
when she was partaking. Oh, their daughter didn't do that. And they were so sure that they had something bad there, that when we met them before we went in the house, we had to meet them off site at a park. So that way the spirits and whatever was there did not know that we were coming.
Oh my God.
And that's how certain they were. And this has been years ago. Um, but there was we did EVP sessions. I didn't sense anything. Nope,
It's funny
nothing.
what people
Enjoy.
will convince themselves of, though.
It is. It is.
Like, and
You
you
know,
feel bad.
yeah. Yeah. Well, you can Sarah says that she's at the haunt right now, creeping herself. It is a very creepy place. Do you remember me telling you about that haunted attraction that we did in Indianapolis that we
Yes.
investigated with Lean Pad? That's where Sarah's at. Sarah works it.
Oh, okay.
So, and it is very creepy. And we got a lot of EVP stuff there and stuff that we would hear with our own ears.
Okay.
It was just, and it's like in a big, in a business, like a big warehouse that they've divvied up into these different haunts.
Okay.
And it's, you know how I am about haunted houses anyway.
Hmm.
So, but
Yeah,
it
we feel
wasn't,
the same way about that.
yeah, yeah, it's 54,000 square feet.
That's huge.
It is massive. It is massive. And her son, I don't know how old Isaac is now. 7, maybe 6, 7, something like that. He goes there and he dresses up because like they did an Easter haunt. Yeah, he's 7. And he they do an Easter haunt, they do a Christmas haunt, they do Halloween, they do the holidays as haunted. They did a Valentine's Day, which we were there right before. So they keep it going year round.
That's awesome.
And they're amazing. Sarah's son, she's been in the chat room before when we've done readings, and he
Yeah.
sees. I'm positive that it's his grandpa that he sees.
Okay.
But when he's, and it's funny because when he's there, he dresses up too. And I'm thinking, this little boy is braver than I am. You know, if somebody were to have jumped out at me that night at the haunt, I probably would have wet myself. It was, and
Well, look
they're
at
done.
look
Oh
at
my
when
god!
we were investigating the haunted hydro, and you heard that noise from outside.
Oh yeah, that made the show. Of course, what the f was that?
Yeah.
That
What
scared
the F
the
was that?
crap out of
You
me.
were panicked.
Oh, I was.
Oh.
Sarah, you tell us when you want us, and we'll come back. That was it. That was a very neat location, and I don't know. I don't know why it's so active. I think I don't know if it has to do with the property, what it was beforehand, some of the stuff that they're bringing in to do the haunt. I don't know. It could be a combination of everything.
Hmm.
I don't know. Hi, Jana. Yeah, we're doing paranormal talk tonight. And there's Denise. Thanks for tuning in, ladies. The
Maybe we'll
guys
do
are on.
readings at like every other week.
Yeah, we can do that. So next
Yeah,
week
since
we
we
can
used
do
to enjoy the
readings.
reading.
Yeah, I think that, and I don't think that I'm going to do readings this weekend at 101. But I think that I haven't made up my mind. They've got enough readers there. I think that I'm just going to stick with my healings because I'm the only
I'm
one there doing that.
hoping they let me pay at the door because I haven't bought tickets.
Oh, they will. They will. And if they don't, you come see me.
But Teresa's my friend, I promise.
That's
Just let
right.
me in.
Okay. If they don't let you in, I will throw the biggest hissy fit that anybody has ever seen.
We'll be stamping our feet like little kids.
Yes. Me
Please,
on the inside
please.
of the door, you on the outside of the door.
And then they'll let me in just because I'm acting a fool.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Joy says, now that COVID has lifted, where are y'all looking forward to investigating this year? Anywhere we can.
right. You know what? I want to go back to Ashmore.
Let's do it.
I've been to Ashmore 2 or 3 times now with you guys. And I just can't wait to go back. That place creeps me out, man.
Yeah, there's a lot. Sarah wants to go back to Ashmore too.
Mhm.
When we did the best thing, I mean, and we've got a lot of evidence at Ashmore.
Mhm.
We really have. One of the best things was the first year that we investigated with the paranormal, with the special needs group.
Yes.
And we were
Great
in,
night.
oh my gosh, they're so amazing. But it was the very first year that Jay and I had met them and had investigated with them. And we were staying in the first bunkhouse,
Mhm.
and I was exhausted. They've got energy for days. And we were done. I said, I can't. This was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I said, I can't anymore. I have to go to bed. I mean, my body was trying to sleep with me standing up.
Mhm.
And I remember thinking I heard something when we were like, yeah, you get that like not quite asleep, but you're not awake, that really good relaxed feeling before you
Mhm.
pass out. I was right there and I kept thinking, I hear something. I hear something. I just rolled over and went to sleep. So the next morning, after getting a couple hours sleep, we're talking to them. And I guess they heard kids playing outside and music. I think music is what I heard. And I was like, no, whatever. But they heard kids playing and music, and they got their flashlights and went out back to investigate. So I could have heard either the music or I could have heard them out back. But to think that they
Mhm.
were so scared when they got there and then they were taken off on their own,
Awesome.
and that it's amazing.
Mhm.
It is amazing. We'll have to go back to Ashmore. Okay,
I'm
Adam, you
looking
owe me a hug.
I'm very much looking forward to meeting you, Adam. I it's one of those Facebook friends that you kind of hope to meet eventually.
Donnie says he wants in on it too. Absolutely.
Hugs for all. I love it.
Yep, hugs for all.
Perfect. That's my kind of event.
Oh, see, Sarah, that's just all this is at the haunt. I guess they've got a
Yeah.
bathroom scene now, and they're seeing apparitions there.
Like a bathroom scene like Psycho.
I don't know. I don't know. They change it up all the time.
That's awesome.
They change it up all the time. So I'm excited. We were actually just talking about when we were going to go back there. So, but I
When
want
you
to
were
go to
going back to the
Ashmore
haunt.
again. I want to go to
Nice.
Ashmore again.
Yeah.
We did um, the Fairfield Infirmary, Fairfield County
That's
Infirmary.
on my list as well because they're doing a lot of work to that building and I would
Yes,
love to
they
go in and
are.
see what they're doing.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
We didn't get a whole lot, but what we did do was really cool. There was like 6 of us, 5 or 6 of us, and we sat on the landing because their stairs are probably 8 feet wide. They're really
Oh,
wide stairs. And you go up the stairs and there's a landing, and then each side stairs go up the other way. So we sat on the landing and did readings with tarot cards and oracle cards by flashlight, and we heard all kinds of stuff.
That's
Like we
awesome.
heard footsteps, we heard voices, all around us. And everybody, it's not just one person hearing it, everybody was hearing it. It was like they wanted in on the action too. And it was really cool. So that was
I do
different.
want to get down to I'd like to go to West Virginia and investigate with Sam Henderson at some point as well.
Yes.
That's been years and years since I've investigated with Sam, and he's a hoot.
We investigated with Sam at the same time at
Yes.
Higgins.
Yes, I've investigated at Madison with him as well, and
Okay.
Higginsport, and we went to what's it called? The Paracon in Louisville, Kentucky.
Don't say Louisville, please.
I know. I corrected myself. I corrected myself.
You talking about
Louisville.
Mid-South?
Mid-South. I spent the weekend with him at Mid-South, and God, is he fun. We had so much fun.
Yeah, I love
So
Sam.
I'd
He's a
really
riot.
like to investigate with him again.
That would be fun. And I can't think of the name of the abandoned park.
Shawnee,
Yes, Lake Shawnee.
Lake Shawnee, yeah.
I want to go there. And
Yeah.
I want to go back to Sweet Springs in Virginia. That was really
Oh, yes, you told me about that one. I'd like to go
yes.
there as well.
And we went there with Weird Weekends with Donnie and Lindsay. And
Oh,
then
okay.
that was an amazing location. And it's got so much history. So much history. I want to get back to doing our 101, our round tables at 101.
Yes.
Doing a couple of those. Jay says, I want to go everywhere, so hurry up and win the lottery.
No kidding. No
Right?
kidding. Listen, once I get this dang wedding paid off, I'll have a little more expendable cash that I can start traveling again.
Right?
Oh,
Is everything
and then I'll
coming
have
along?
a partner in crime. So I'm really looking forward to being able to investigate and travel with him. So
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. We'll be a foursome at that point. It'll be all four
yeah,
of us together.
he's got a few new toys that he's purchasing from Ghost Stop as well
Oh,
before he
cool.
moves down. So we've got a lot of they've got some really cool lights, IR lights
Mm-hmm.
that I just told Bob I can't do without. I need them. uh,
Jay says,
yeah, can
can't
you
wait till
imagine Bob and
Baba's
Jay
wedding.
investigating together? This is going to be we're going to have so much fun.
Well,
So much fun.
No, it wasn't. I was going to say the last time Bob and Jay were together was at Hell's Bar, but we did the 8th precinct or 6th precinct, whatever it was, in Detroit after that.
Yeah, and Bob, nope, that was before. I think Hales was the last place that we went to.
Was it?
But we did Bryan, Ohio as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. With the Paranormal Mysteries crew when we all
Mhm.
brought our spouses.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. That was it was fun to get the spouses out with us. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you've got Jay all the time, but I mean to have Tanya and Heather and Candy and Bob.
Yeah, it was fun. And
It was fun.
Tanya, Heather, and Candy didn't investigate. They weren't investigators.
No, not at all.
So getting fresh eyes and fresh, how they were feeling with it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm the secret lover. Jay.
Not much of a secret now.
That's fantastic.
Lord help me. Well, I think we're about to wrap it up so Jay can get in
Yeah.
here and get things set up for their show at 9. And
Okay.
we'll be back next week and we'll do readings.
Sounds
So
good.
we'll post that and I'll put it on my page and Tina's page. That way we can get the word out, and I'll try to do it maybe over the weekend. I'll try.
Okay. Sounds good to me, Trees.
All righty. I will talk to you Saturday.
Okay. I'll see you Saturday.
All right. Wait a minute. I missed somebody said something. Adam.
I can't wait to see y'all this
Absolutely,
weekend.
Adam.
Y'all, I love it. And this is why I miss you guys.
Right?
The y'alls.
Joy. So stay tuned. The trio of troublemakers, the Triple J threat, will be on at 9. And I think they're doing Twitch and our LEP page. Oh, they're talking about not so dead celebrities tonight.
Oh boy.
Are you talking about Elvis? On that note, we will see you next week, and I'll see you Saturday, Tina.
Okay, take care. Thanks for joining,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.